Hello and welcome to what is possibly the very first attempt at gaining the world record in basically defining 100 uses of lard in the shortest possible amount of time. Now, because I am probably the first person ever to attempt this, I have decided to lay some ground rules. Now, keep in mind, this is for the written, non-memorized category. First of all, specificity. To give you an example, let's say you write down that lard can be used instead of butter on bread, and then you write down that it can be used on a bagel instead of bread. That does not count as two, because you just exchange the pastry. However, if you say that you use it instead of butter on bread, and then you say you use it in coffee instead of creamer, it's still eating, but it's a whole different thing. So that counts as two. Rule number two. It has to make sense to a reasonable degree. By that I mean, if you say that you plan to use lard in jet engines instead of kerosene, that does not make sense to a reasonable degree, because you would just ruin the jet engine, yeah? But if you say, for example, that you want to use it to balance a chair, so you put it under a chair, it kind of makes sense. It could theoretically work, even though nobody would, in their right mind, would attempt it. However, obviously, since this is a new category of speedrunning, as people call it nowadays, world record attempting in a reasonable amount of time, or in the shortest amount of time, obviously there will be some people trying to find loopholes in these rules, and because I just made them up in the last 5 minutes, I have decided that I am now the head of a commission. And excuse me if I spelled commission wrong, English is not my first language. I am now head of a commission that determines whether a run is good or not. Okay, with that explained, without further ado, let's get into it. Obviously, since I am a kind of a pioneer in this field, I am not even sure there are 100 use cases for lard, but we'll see. Now you might be asking, why lard? Doesn't make much sense. Well, it's a fantastic product, you know. You can use it for many things. Let's put my phone on do not disturb so people don't disturb me, and just to be sure, airplane mode and clock. Stopwatch. Is it visible on the, if I place it here? It is. Okay. Lard 100, as I call it. Attempt number 1. Let's do this. Okay, so first, obviously, as I said, you can use it on bread. A lot of people do this. Second use case, you can just eat it straight up. Very nutritious, although very fat heavy. Number 3, you can use it, you know, the sport curling. You can probably use it instead of the curling stone. Since you know, it has very low friction because it's lard, you know, it's a nature's, or like not nature's, but fat is very lubricating. Oh, that's good. You can use it for lubrication in machinery. You can probably use it as a currency. Nowadays people use a lot of bullshit currencies, cryptocurrencies, so using lard, not such a bad idea. You can use it instead of how you call this, moisturizer. It will moisturize you right up, man. Number 7. You can use it instead of a coaster under a cup of tea or coffee. You can use it as a unit of measurement, 1 block of lard, because I think they are usually sold in blocks. Although I am from from Europe, so who knows? Maybe in America they are sold in tubs. I will have to look into that. Maybe my very first run will be invalid. Who knows? Unit of measurement. Number 9. You can use it instead of hair gel. Oh, by the way, what I wanted to say is I don't have these memorized. I'm coming up with them on the spot. I suspect they will arise a memorized category soon, because let's be honest, if you just speed run all the time, you just memorize this. So we'll have to look into that, the commission for lard 100, but let's not bother with that, because I am about to do the first 10 use cases. Hair gel. I'm not sure if you can use it for like diesel engines, because I know you can use vegetable oil, but this is, I think, like oil from animal fat, so I'm not sure about that. However, you can use it as a door stopper. Door stopper. You have a door that swings open and hits the wall. You just put some lard there, fixed. Okay, let's go to 11. Lard. I'm not sure if it has like insulating properties. Yeah, but you can use it like as a mattress. Could be very comfortable. However, the melting of the lard, it could melt with your body temperature, so I'm not sure about that. But it is doable. You can use it for writing, since it leaves this trail like a snail. Don't know how durable the written text would be, but it is possible. You can use it as a drink if you melt it, and you can use it instead of wax, as those medieval wax seals. They put wax on the letter and then they stamp it with their sigil. So instead of wax, you just use lard. I don't know how to spell wax. Seal. 15. You can use it for massages as the massaging oil. You can use it to pull pranks. Just lather the ground and somebody slips. It's very funny. It's not, but you could. Prank. I think I have to specify which kind of prank. So prank slip, because lard, you can do a lot of pranks with that. You could use it as a weapon. If you freeze it, it's rock solid. It could do some serious damage. 18. Lard. Fuck. What can you use? You can use it for working out, Grab some 2 pieces of lard and curl away. So exercise. Oh, and you can use it as a unit of mass. Now you have kilograms, or in America you have pounds, but you would have lards. 2 lards. I weigh 15 lards, you know. Unit of weight. Right. Sorry guys, I'm sorry for butchering your language, but I don't know. Weight, what the fuck. 20, okay, 20. 1/5 of the way there almost. You could use it for, you know, where people go rollerblading and they put the knee pads, so you can use it instead of that. Knee pads. However, that kinda, it's on the edge of the rule of being like making sense to a reasonable doubt, because sure, it would kind of work for some small falls, but you could not reuse it, and for big falls you would be cooked. But let's continue. You could make use it to make soap, because soap can be made from lard. You can use it to, how do you say this, deep fry stuff. Although the deep fryer would be very filthy when it would cool down, I suspect. So you can use it just fry. These are 2 different things. 24 lard. What can you use lard for? You could probably use it instead of an eraser for pencils, and also for these whiteboards. Although I don't know how well would that work. I imagine it would work quite well, but I'm not sure. Okay, 25. You can use it for insulation, like yeah, insulation, your house, for example. Although you would have to lose a lot, but it would work. I guess you can use it to make a cup, like carve a cup into the block of lard, and then drink water from that. So instead of a cup, as a cup. 27. You could use it to gain an unfair advantage in a mixed martial arts fight. So unfair in MMA. You could use it to block off something. For example, somebody is trying to break into your door, but fortunately you have 25,000 kilos of lard in your freezer, so you just pop it out, block the door, problem solved. So blocking door. Okay, we are up to 10.5 minutes already. That's a good time, good time. Ooh. Can you use it for? You could theoretically use it instead of shoes, but I'm not going to write it down, because that's a very, it would not last a long time, and I don't want to create controversy in the lard 100 scene, so I'm just going to skip that. You can use it for if you are a friend or your significant other is an avid climber and you want to get rid of them, maybe to make some money or something, you can use the lard to lather it on the rocks or on the climbing wall, and when they get to that grip, they grip it and fall to their death. So murder. Up to 30. You could use it in your alcoholic beverages, for example, whiskey on the rocks or however they call it. Instead of the ice, you just freeze the lard, pop it in there. So let's say as ice or instead of ice. Instead of ice. 31. Sorry, I have to drink some water. Mm. 31. You can use it as a bribe. You know, the guards in the prison, they are low on lard. However, you have fortunately 1,500 pounds of lard, so you just bribe them with it. 32. Lard use cases, bro. Lard use cases. You can use it instead of motor oil in your engine, or in your motorcycle. Could work, theoretically, could work. You can use it to, you can light it on fire and make a fire. And also you can use it as a source of energy. You just burn it. Under like to heat up water. The water evaporates and spins a turbine. So we have kind of arguably a renewable source of energy. So let's go to 35. This is getting tougher and tougher, guys. Coming up with stuff you can do with lard. You can use it to pick up very small objects, because it's very sticky. It's very sticky. So if something like very small falls to the ground and you see it, but you can't pick it up with your fingers, just take your lard and it will stick to the lard. Small objects. I was just checking the microphone. You can use it as a gift. Somebody has a wedding, you don't know what to give them on their wedding, and everybody's giving useless stuff like cutlery or pots and pans, so you give them a reasonable amount of lard. So gift. You can use it to ward off homeless people when they come and they ask you for money, but you don't want to give them money, so instead you give them the lard. And they will probably not take it, first of all, and second of all, they will think that you are weird. They leave you alone. $38. You can use it to draw portraits. You just carve the portrait into it. $39. You can use it instead of deodorant to mask body odor. Oh, and I have a good one. You know these thieves on little mopeds? They go through the city and grab people's phones because the people are holding these phones like this. So if you are scared of these, if you are scared of these thieves, perhaps you just take your purse, and out of it you take your block of lard you are just carrying on yourself, and you pretend that it's your phone, but secretly you use your phone in the other hand, and the thieves, they grab the lard right off, and then only then they realize it's just lard, not your phone, and you have your phone. So thief protection. We are up to 40. Almost halfway there. I think the second half will be very tough. You can use it instead of toilet paper. I think it could work somewhat. However, I am not sure how much of the work would be done just mechanically by your hand, and how much of the work would be done by the lard. But it could work. So toilet paper. 42. You could use it as a hat, you know, sun, so you just pop it on your head to protect yourself from heat stroke. Hat. And actually you can use it to cool yourself down, because in ancient Egypt, that's very interesting, they actually used lard or animal fat in which there were good, well-smelling plants infused into them, and they popped it on their heads, and it was melting and cooling them down. Interesting. 44. You can use it when there are protests, political protests, and the protesters are throwing bricks and stones at the police. Instead you can throw lard. It's safer, and also it will make a very stylish splash. So protests. You can use it instead of glass in windows. You just stack blocks of lard on top of each other. However, this only works if you are living in like cold climates, because if you are not living in cold climates, it would probably melt. So glass. 46. Fucking hell, bro, this is not easy. This is not easy, definitely. Unit of mass I already have. You can use it as a musical instrument to make sounds. You can use it when you are driving a manual car and you have the shifter knob. Instead you can put a nice block of lard. So shifter knob. It will actually very ergonomical, because it will conform to the grip of your of your hand. But you have to be careful not to be too rough with it, otherwise it falls apart. Okay, 48. Oh, when you are when you are electrocuting someone on the electric chair, you can use it instead of the wet sponge. You can pop a block of lard. So electric chair. However, I do not condone doing that because I don't know how conductive lard is. You can use it instead of bricks when building your house. Just use lard, but once again, it only works in colder climates. You can use it as a toy for children. You know, they are playing with Legos nowadays, so why not lard? So toy. Okay, so we are up to 50. I'm gonna erase this. Hopefully, I think I remember like the rough of it, and I need to erase it because I don't. Yeah, I write in quite my fuck bro. Okay, maybe speaking is not my strong suit. Maybe I should stick to lard. Also, what I want to mention is no AI has been used in creation of this video, and I highly urge you to not use AI in your runs because the committee will get you. I think I can hopefully subtract this time from okay, so you can use it as a protective case for your ID or your credit card. Ooh, I missed one there. I could, You can use it instead of a wallet. Just stuff your money in there. You can use it in cooking. I mentioned frying, but you can use it in cooking instead of plant oil. You can use it instead of a mouse pad. But keep in mind that it has to be quite cold for the lard to stay a solid, and also the friction of your hand moving could melt it to some degree, so be careful. Mousepad. You can use it instead of wood when woodworking. For example, you are making a beautiful table and you accidentally, when transporting it, chip off a corner. Never fear, just pop some lard in there. It's very easy to change the shape of it, and then you just spray paint it to look like wood. Wood. Oh, you can use it to prank your friends when there is a bar of soap in your shared in your shared bathroom, just exchange the soap, the soap with some lard and shape it in the same way, and it will be a good prank. And I know there has been a prank already, but this is a different prank. You can do a lot of pranks. Soap. You can use it instead of a file, you know, the file where you have a lot of individual papers and you clip it all together. So instead you can just stick the papers straight into lard and it will hold them together instead of a file. You can use it instead of a camera lens to protect the sensor, although once again I advise against it. It could damage your sensor, but in the right configuration it could actually protect it from outside moisture and dust. Oh, and when we are talking about protection, you can actually use it instead of the how you call this, safety glass on your phone. Basically the glass you stick on top of the already existing glass to mitigate the damage when you break it. So let's call it just, no, safety glass is the one used in automobiles, so this is like protective glass. Protective glass. Okay. You can use it when you are doing military exercises. You can use it instead of hand grenades to train the trainees or the recruits in throwing the hand grenades. So dummy hand grenades. Oh, my back is very itchy. And now we are really digging down. 40 to go, 60 already down. You can use it when companies send out their stuff. In the box they usually include this, I don't know what it is, this material that protects it from impact. So instead of that you can use lard. So like a package. Oh, and also you can use it to, no, that's bullshit, that wouldn't work. Okay, sorry, my mistake. You can use it when it's cold outside and you don't want to get frostbitten. You just lather it on your face. I know there are special creams for that, but I think lard could also work. So, but once again, do not try this. I am just making this up. So frostbite protection. You could use it when you find yourself in the middle of a drug deal where you have to hand over 2 bricks of cocaine, but you only have 1. You could try to somehow use the cocaine from both of these bricks and fill the inside of the brick with lard and the outside with the coke, so it looks like you have two bricks. Oh, this is a good one. When you are trying to break into a home, or you just you know you will lose your key, you take this brick of lard and you imprint your key into it, and then you can copy it and make another key. I condone the use of this method for illicit purposes. Key copy. Oh my god, my marker is starting to run out. Oof. You can use it instead of lids on how you call these jars instead of lids. You just pop a huge block of lard on there and it will hold. You can use it instead of helmets in the workplace. You know, OSHA is on your ass because you don't have a helmet, so you just pop. You just pop some lard on your head, and if, for example, a hammer is falling, the lard will just catch it in there. Once again, I advise against using this, but in my opinion, and I am not an expert, it could theoretically be done. So we have you can use it as very effective, actually, water protector. So let's say you have something that for no reason can get wet, so you just encase it in lard and it will not get wet because lard is very hydrophobic. So water protection. You could use it in a pinch instead of a hammer. You know, you just pop, you break your hammer for some reason and you have the last nail to nail in. You take a block of lard, pop it in the freezer for, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours, take it out, quickly hammer it, and then resolved. Sorry guys, I have to take another drink. We are up to 33 minutes, 34 actually. You can use it to, when you have, let's say, a very expensive gaming mouse you are not using and you want to protect the USB connector from mechanical damage, you just plug it into some lard and it protects it. So USB protection. When you are an artist that focuses on ice sculptures, you can use it to practice in the summertime. You can use it to, when dogs, they don't want to eat pills provided by the vet, so you just, and you don't have any ham or cheese or something like that, you pop it in a bit of lard and they will maybe eat it. The marker is really starting to run out. I think I have, maybe I switch over to a different color. Sorry guys, this is very unprofessional, but yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You can use it as a bookmarker. You are reading on a train and you need to get off. Pop in a bit of lard. You will remember it for sure. Bookmarker. Oh. You can use it instead of a table. If you have loads of lard but no wood, you just brick by brick of lard built by this table. You can use it instead of clothing. You just leather it onto yourself, a very thick, how do you say this? Thick, not amount, thick layer to hide your private parts you don't want the world to see. So clothing, or let's say clothes. You can use it when your shower head breaks and you only have the hose. You can use the lard and pierce some holes into it, and one big hole for the hose, and as long as you are showering in freezing cold water, it will hold and make quite a good shower head. This is a good one. You can use it when building these paved roads and sidewalks and stuff like that. Instead of the stones, you can just use lard, but keep in mind, it has to be very cold year round. So how many to go? 24 to go. This is getting very tough. Very, very tough. Okay, so you can use it in a car. Let's say you don't have a lot of money, so you take out the airbags and sell them on eBay, but then you fear for your life because you don't have any airbags. So instead of the airbags, you place blocks of lard strategically throughout the car, so in case of a crash, your face lands in the soft lard. Once again, this is a hypothetical. It's only for not educational, for speedrunning purposes, and I definitely do not recommend taking your airbags out of your car, let alone replacing them with lard. Airbag. Another car related stuff. If you are a guy or a girl or a human that has short legs, you can use blocks of lard, stack them on top of each other on the pedals, and use them as a sort of a pedal extension. Let's say you go into a public bathroom and there are these urinals, but they don't have the walls in between them, and you are a person that is very uncomfortable. You can grab some lard and build a wall in between yourself and the other urinal to protect yourself. So a urinal wall. Okay, we are in the finish line. Last 21 use cases. Come on, bro. I want this world record to be mine. You can use it in a pinch. Let's say you are at the shooting range, or very loud things are happening around you. You take blocks of lard and really stuff them in your ears, and it will protect your hearing. So hearing protection. Okay, let me take a quick drink, guys. if you don't like people bothering you on Halloween, instead of candy, place lard in their candy baskets, and they will probably never come back. Once again, I fucking 2 L's, 1 L, I don't know, man. If you have a lactose intolerance, replace all of your dairy products with lard. Theoretically, you can use lard as a storage container because it's very malleable, so you can turn it into anything. Let's say you have a mechanical keyboard and one of the keycaps breaks. So in a pinch you can freeze some lard in the freezer and use it instead of that. Keycap. You want to hang your suit, but forgot to bring a coat hanger. But fortunately you have a block of lard in your pocket, and as I said, it's very sticky, so you take the block of lard, stick your suit to one end, and the second part of the block of lard to the ceiling or to the top part of the shelf, and it holds. Let's say you are in deep trouble and you need to swim through a swimming pool to escape a group of murderous teenagers. But you don't have any swimming goggles and your eyes are very prone to chlorine irritation. Just take a bit of lard and gently rub it on your eyes, and it will protect your eyes from the chlorine. Okay, last 14 things. Let's say it is a hot day in summer, but you don't have any AC. Fortunately, you have an old fan sitting in the garage, but one of the blades is broken, so it's very off-center. Do not fret. Take a bit of lard and either use it to counterbalance the weight of the propeller so it spins well, or an advanced method, use the lard to model a it's not propeller, one prop, one part of the prop, one of the fins. This is Stavro. Let's say you are standing in place for multiple hours and your feet are extremely cold because you forgot your shoes. Do not fear. Pop some lard on the ground and stand on that. I'm really starting to run out of ideas now. $12 to go. I have to come up with 12 things. lard. Can you use? Let's say you want to have a indoor plant, but there is no dirt in your area. Just replace the dirt with lard. The plant will grow. Probably. Probably not. Maybe if it's a very tough plant. Let's say you are a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu student and you are a white belt and you desperately want a stripe on your white belt, but your master, he knows you suck. He does not want to give you any. Just take your belt out the back, take a bit of lard, draw a stripe on there. You are now officially on one stripe. Ten to go. I need a drink. My throat is getting sore. By the way, I don't want to go out of the camera. I'm not getting any assistance whatsoever. I just want a drink. Let's say you are a crypto billionaire and you have all of your wealth stored on one little USB drive, and the robbers are coming and you know it. Just take your lard, pop it in there, hide it in there, pack it back up, pop it in the freezer. Never will they find it. They will probably torture you, but they will not get your money. USB. Your car has broken down, but you don't have a car jack. Never fear. Just grab 2 or 3 of your strongest friends, make them lift up the car and then stack pieces of lard on top of each other until they hold the car. Once again, be very careful. Let's say you don't have 20/20 vision. In fact, your eyesight is horrible and you lost your glasses and all you can feel is a piece of lard. Just take the lard and mold it into lenses and then hold these temporal lenses up to your eye until you find your glasses. You are in a hotel, but you are not sure whether they are changing the sheets. Just lather a bit of lard on the sheets, and if you come back the next day and it's still there, they are not changing it. Your boots are from leather, but they are not waterproof. And you want to make them waterproof, but you don't have money for these fancy sprays. Just take a bit of lard, lather it on there, waterproof. By the way, I know I have already put waterproofing on there, but it was meant like encasing something in lard. This is you take the shoe and you treat it with lard. Different thing. Let's say you are an audio engineer and you want to record your best work, but you don't have a pop filter. Just grab a piece of lard. It will serve you. Last 4 things. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm desperately looking around, trying to see what else I can say is doable with lard. let's say you have just cooked some spaghetti or prepared some spaghetti, but you don't have a strainer. Just make it out of lard. Very simple. It will not last long, but it will work for like 2 seconds. What the fuck? Let's say you are a wanted criminal. You need to get through customs, and all you have is a block of lard. Just carve that block of lard into a reasonably well-looking passport, and then bribe the customs officer. Of course, he's not gonna let you in with nothing, but if you have something that's possible, he will. That's a joke. Don't do illegal stuff. I'm not responsible. Last two. Let's say you think you have a nose that is too small. Don't worry. Just grab some lard, pop it onto your nose and model it up, then look in the mirror, see if you like it, and if you like it, go get surgery. Last thing. Has to be something good. Something really good. I have it. Let's say you are a Olympic level diver, but you arrive at the pool, there is no diving board. Do not worry. Fortunately, you know a man who has 100,000 kilograms of lard in his house. Just take that and build the platform from it. Easy. And that's time, ladies and gentlemen. 54 minutes, 14 seconds, 48. You see this? Yeah. So, please feel free to post your runs on YouTube. I will judge them as the commission, see if they are good or not. Also, if you found some of this interesting, maybe you can clip it, put it into shorts and spread the word about your favorite items from the Lard 100. So we can make this a big thing. Thank you for watching and see you later.